Yeah.
And the other thing to note is I tried to make crafts that go with the pattern. So
Oh, it's lying
this
an egg.
so it's chickens here, right? Well, this
Yeah.
is known as the baby chick pattern. So if you look in the back,
Yeah.
there's a little baby chicken with his little
Oh,
arms
that's so
and
cool.
his beak and his eyes kind of cross-eyed or looking in, in the
That's so
wrong
cool, man.
direction with the understanding that nothing is perfect. And so
Oh,
it
that's
is
cool.
it's falling in love with the pursuit of perfection that allows one to really get at their potential. Yeah, man, I absolutely love this. And so not only is the Stockholm Hollow in the middle just because it's a heart and it's like the two coolest stickers. It's one of my favorite stickers. 040020. I don't know, I just kind of like that.
Honestly, I
Um,
think skins will just keep getting better like this
I
with
think
these
so too.
special effects.
Hmm. So this
You have one
is
of each.
one of each.
Hello, team, and hello, everybody. Today we have the second skin interview, and today with us we have JabGG. Yeah, and Jab. I think a lot of people know who you are already, but can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about how you came into the world of skins and stickers?
Sure. So yeah, my I go by JabGG. A little bit of background is I was looking for like a good CS name. I used to have like a different name back in the day, like a gamer tag on Xbox. And
Yeah.
there's a show called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia that I find really funny, and they focus on one episode on a word called jabroni. They start calling each other jabroni, and it's just like a joke. It comes out of nowhere, but when it's said the first time, one of them goes, "Wow, that's a cool word," and I just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So I started going by Jabroni on CS, and then eventually just shortened to Jab to make it easier. Um, but yeah, so that's where my name came from.
Okay.
I've been collecting skins since about 2016 or 2017. It's a little blurry because I kind of got
Nice.
into
That's
CS
a
and
long time,
skins at the
man.
same time. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Can you show some of the skins maybe while we
yeah, sure.
nice.
I'll jump
Holy
into the inventory.
moly, dude.
Yeah, I'll do a quick scroll through again, but I'm scrolling to the end here to at least show I do have the 2013 payback coin. So when CS did come
Nice.
out, I played the operation for about 39 minutes. I regret this. I should have played for I forget how much for the gold that you need or even the silver
Yeah.
because this is the bronze. But I back in the day in 2013, I really still was playing Halo, and
Oh, yeah.
I was like Counter-Strike sucks, man. As soon as you like if you're moving and you shoot, all your bullets go everywhere. I was like, it's so in Halo you can just jump around and shoot at the same time. So I was like I had 39 minutes of frustration, and then and then
Cool.
closed the game.
Well, you have
And
it.
then then about 3 years later, I kind of got back into it. When I was in grad school is really when I started to collect skins as like a hobby. Very stressful time. I was at a very good yet stressful school, and so this was a great way to start. Kind of, having something to kind of organize, take care of, to kind of grow, to learn about that was outside of my career space. But yeah, that's probably the basic kind of background. I love a whole bunch of
Nice.
skins. I think a lot about skins. I think it's fair to say. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
and you
so
had
I
your
think
own
that's
stream at some point as well. I don't know if you're
yeah.
streaming anymore.
I just
Sometimes,
started within the last
occasionally.
week or so. Yeah,
Cool.
sometimes with it occasionally. I started again the last week or so, 2 weeks or so. I think I've streamed 4 or 5 times, but I got very lucky. I started streaming in January of 23, and I just wanted to show some skins. But then in March, I was kind of had a decent following, and the beta came out, and I had access. I was in the first wave.
Oh, yeah. I remember
Um,
you were blowing up. You had so many
yeah,
viewers, and you were just started. I remember that.
yeah, it worked out well because I love skins, and then everyone really was focused on skins when the beta first came out, and so I'm sure you remember there was just a tidal wave of people wanting things to be inspected because no one had access other than some people,
Yeah.
um, and that was cool. I enjoyed that. It was very strange to go from like zero to like I think my average viewers right when I stopped was like 130 something, and
Holy
I
moly.
had like 600, 700 subs or something within 3 months. I only streamed for 3 months.
Yeah, that is
And I had to
insane.
stop. Yeah, I had to stop because of work. I travel a lot for work, like an absurd amount.
Yeah.
Usually it's like every 1 or 2 weeks I'm traveling for 3 or 4 days across the country or the world. I love
Okay.
my job, but it makes it impossible to keep a consistent stream schedule, as you can probably assume.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. I started doing it again more just because this next year, in a couple of years, we'll probably have less travel in my space. So,
Nice.
yeah, I enjoy it. I think
It
it's
is
fun.
fun streaming, man. Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, so focusing on the skins here to have that background, I do have a ton. I think in terms of the number that's out in my inventory, I think
Yeah.
what I can do.
I don't know
Right.
how if you can count all of them. I don't know
Well,
if you
I
have
can
to
do
count the
this real quick.
containers or something.
Let me go to my inventory like this, and I can just show you. I have 917 out.
Yeah.
Can you see this? Just to make sure.
Yeah,
You
I can see this. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So one of the main things about my inventory is not just of how many skins I have, but I'm kind
Oh
of
yeah, you have it sorted, right?
organized. Yeah, everything's organized.
Yeah, that's cool,
Um,
man.
yeah, man. It looks like a lot of work. It was the very first time
Looks like
I
a
opened
really
one.
lot of, yeah.
Yeah, the first time what it involved was like, okay, this is gonna be a lot. How can I do this well? And I took just a piece of paper and I kind of wrote out the order of like what skin should be where, like op first. Next to op is probably the auto rifles, like those kinds of things. I just wrote out what I thought made sense. And then I went in. The hardest part was then I didn't have as many skins as I do now, but the hardest part was going into like a notepad document and
Yeah.
keeping that order and then typing out every skin that I had that was that. So how many ops I had, how many
Yeah.
AKs, etc.
Oh my god. And
And
if you
then
made one mistake, what if you pressed it in other pages? Then we can some
oh
more
yeah,
pages.
sure, yeah. I'll start showing. So this is the first page, which is just some stickers, just to make it kind of nice on the
Yeah.
eyes as soon as you get in there. Here are my combos. So I have red, yellow, green,
No way.
blue, and purple.
Yeah.
You'll notice the patches here in the middle to kind of go with the colors, but all the agents, excuse me. Let me
They
make
have
this
those
larger.
patches or?
They all have those patches too, and they're also all color match, right? So this is the red agent. This is the red agent with the red eyes. This is the yellow/gold agent.
Ah,
This
yeah.
is the same thing with the scarf. Green, just to kind of get in front of some comments for people watching this. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm not using like, neon green, like hedge maze gloves or emerald web.
No.
The reason I have this green is because it's for a collection that we'll talk to here in a minute.
Ah,
It's for
cool,
an old
cool.
collection with very like, safari mesh or sand dune kind of skins.
Oh,
And
nice.
so that's why I have this. I also like these gloves, but we'll get into that later. Here's my blue loadout, and there's really not a good blue agent. This one's probably better, but he does kind of have like the Man of War pattern. Like the
Oh
blue
yeah,
gold.
that's
So I
true.
was like, hey, that kind of is blue. And then this is the blueberry agent.
Yeah.
And then purple. And like I said, not really a good purple agent on T side, but I just went with kind of the kind of cool Miami kind of colors.
Everybody loves that agent.
Yeah, it's the best agent.
It's so
too.
nice.
It's just it's funny because it's like the coolest looking agent, but it's also the worst for visibility because he's just so bright and white, like and
Oh
everywhere, like, the
yeah,
shadows.
that's true.
Yeah,
I have that
But,
myself as well.
yeah. I mainly use well, the one I use is on the next page. So these are my colors though. So it's red, yellow, green, blue, purple.
Yeah.
These aren't all my combos. I also have another page. Now,
Holy moly.
yeah. So I really like kind of black and white theme, especially with my collection. I have a
Yeah.
lot, and if I'm not using a certain themed loadout, then it's kind of frustrating to like have everything not match, right? So if you
Yeah.
have a good black glove or white glove, it's everything goes with that.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I've got so these are the agents. They're all kind of like relatively neutral
Yeah.
colors, or they have like white sleeves, or like this agent has no sleeves, etc. So
Mm.
yeah, and then black, the white gloves, and then kind of what I consider gray, if
Yeah.
you will, or just in between.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so those are my combos. Any questions on those?
Yeah, what about the Nux? What pattern are they?
So
Because I
they're
know there's some
441.
tiers.
Yeah, they're 441, and they are tier 1. They're
Holy
0.19
moly.
as well.
They are completely
Um,
black.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I feel like how do I put this? There was a guide made in CS:GO where
Mm-hmm.
someone went through and was like, "Hey, use the tier 1 patterns," and that's what everyone uses. I personally don't think that's accurate anymore because you can still see like even some of the spots here, like those were never there in CS:GO. So I'm still kind of
Oh,
convinced that the gloves are broken.
yeah.
And and whoever made that guide, I hope that they were invested because they probably made a ton since these took off. Everyone loves Nox now for some reason. When like
Yeah.
a year ago, everyone hated them. They're like, ugh. A lot of people still don't like them. They're like, ooh, default gloves. But like I said, for someone like me who has every kind of skin and color imaginable, like default gloves that are not defaults are kind of perfect.
Yeah.
But to go with that, though, one of my favorite knives, which does not look super great anymore, but it's not terrible, is this one. It's an M9 Black Lamb.
Actually, when
And
CS2 came out, my Nox gloves, they just look like default gloves. So people are like,
they look
why are
pretty
you
straight.
wearing a default? I'm not. It's Nox, but they just don't look cool anymore.
Yeah.
But now they upgraded them again.
Yeah, now they look pretty good. And yeah, I use it with this. This is one of my favorite knives. It may not look crazy, but you know, M9 Black Lamb is just like a classic, you know, classic cool knife, right?
Yeah.
It's just one of those
It
that,
looks like a
everyone kind
real
of
knife.
looks like a real knife, but the cool thing about this one too is it's 0.99 float, so it's number 18 in the world in terms of being the highest
Nice.
float. I think there's only 20-ish Black Lambs that are 0.99 and above, and I got this for just around market price.
That is lucky, man.
Yeah, really cool combo. I think just a couple things to call out though. So if I go back to this here, my favorite combo, there's the ones that I usually use. There's probably two, but this combo here. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to CT side so you can see it.
I really like that. I have the same. I have Cobalt and then a Sapphire. I have a Bowie though.
Very nice. So I really, really like this combo, and it's not just because it goes well. You know, I like the kimonos. I know they're not the best pattern, but they're symmetrical. So at least they look good on the eyes. But my
I
favorite
think it
thing,
looks
though,
really cool.
I unboxed both of these, so I didn't get to choose them.
What?
So I unboxed the kimonos, and then the knife is the first knife I ever unboxed. It's my favorite knife.
What? You unboxed a Slaughter, the first knife ever? Oh my god.
I bought the Slaughter, and of course, just to be clear, this means nothing on price. Slaughter patterns are not, you know, no one cares. I care. I think they're awesome, but no one cares because back in the day, 5, 6, 7 years ago, you couldn't get a lot of overpay. It's the same reason people don't like blue lambs, right? It's like blue lamb is just a blue skin. It looks great, but people don't like it because you couldn't make profit on it, and they started hating it because of that, especially because of the number of cados.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So with that said, though, this is the first knife I unboxed, and this
it has like an angel. Yeah.
Yep. It's a perfectly centered angel pattern. It's the best one that I believe exists for all of Huntsman knives. And it's the first knife I unboxed. So I didn't even get to choose it. And this skin is really what got me into patterns. I was playing a matchmaking game around 2017-ish, and someone said, whoa, you know, you've got a really awesome angel pattern. That's cool that you picked that out. And I said, oh, I just unboxed this last week. And he sent me a Steam link to the guide that has all of the patterns.
No way.
And it blew my mind that this was so perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, a Huntsman is a really big knife, and it's a really long blade. This could have been anywhere. And it's like visually perfect. I just really think if it would have been higher, it would have been kind of too unbalanced, etc.
Yeah.
And one thing that's kind of funny, I won't focus too much on, but one thing that's kind of funny though is I don't know if this will translate well, but when I look at this, do you know, have you ever seen the movie or heard of the movies like Alien versus Predator?
Yes, I do.
Okay, do you know Predators have like the long hair and like
you
know, so to me, this is the hair on the sides.
Oh, what?
These are the eyes.
Yeah, I see it. What? I see it just when you said it. I saw it.
Yeah.
That's insane. That. The Predator pattern.
That's what I always thought. Yeah, I always thought it looked like that. Because when he told me Angel, I was like, I looked closer. I was like, I just see that dude with his like really long hair and like his like mean eyes. So cool, really just a side story, but I posted that on Reddit back in the day when the Global Offensive Reddit was like pretty popular, and no one agreed with me, so I stopped talking about it.
Oh, I saw it right away before you even finished your sentence. I saw it, but I really like the Predator movies. Nice.
But,
it seems like you have themes going on in your inventory.
I do.
Like if you should
Yeah.
like if you could do it into like or put them into themes, what would your themes be?
Yeah, I think what I can do is I can show you the themes from a high level here, and
Okay.
then I can show you my favorite from the themes when I go over them.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
let me start with one that might not be the craziest to some people, but it's one of my favorites because it goes so well with this loadout.
Okay.
I really like the Mouz Stockholm 2021 holo. So I
Oh.
think most people are familiar with it. It's this sticker here.
Yeah.
You know, there was a couple of months where it was like $120 or something crazy.
Yeah.
All of my crafts, I would say around 90% of the ones that I own, I did myself when they were $2. So I did it when they were hyper cheap.
Oh, okay.
I
because
spent about yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. They were. I think they were like so hyped from the beginning. So I think it was like very fast. They became like $8 and sitting there for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a quick look. Actually, I'm kind of curious just what the chart shows, because it's probably a crazy. Yeah, look at this, man. That is
Holy
crazy.
And
But
then Paris
I bought
hit.
all of mine. Yep, then Paris. Yeah, all over here. This is where I purchased. Is right around
Oh
here.
my
I'm
God.
probably a couple hundred of those are probably me. Right around this time. And so for all of this time, I had a ton of crafts, and I'll show them in a second. But I had a ton, and then I was really enjoying this period.
Yeah.
I was really enjoying this one because
Wow.
I think I have around 50 or so, or maybe 60 now Mouz crafts 4x.
Yeah.
So I spent, I think at the time, like $480 or something total, and I think at the peak here, if you added up, like if you wanted to recreate my inventory at the peak, it was something like 14 or 15,000 you would have had to spend to do it.
That was insane.
Not as much anymore. Yeah. But with that said, let me go back here and I'll do Mouz holo. I do like the Paris one. I think it looks cool. But it's so it's gonna get lumped in just because of the searching here. But
yeah,
maybe I'll do 2021. That'll make it a little bit better. So let me. I think you'll be able to see the stickers if I just click through here. But I'll just do it really quick. You can kind of see. Not all of them are 4x. Some don't make sense to be 4x. Some are even 5x, like the G3.
Yeah.
But I'll just quickly.
Holy moly! You created almost all of these, or what?
I would say 95% I crafted myself.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and even some of them I crafted when they were $100, just to be completely blunt with you.
No way.
Finished my collection. Yeah, I'll show you which ones those were. But
were you going for a full loadout or a full loadout on T side or?
So no, I have full loadout. Every skin 4x at least.
Damn.
And so there's some, like I showed you, like this op here, like it's a 2x. But where's my? There's one that's not showing. Let me.
There's some bugs with this.
Yeah, I'm curious because there's my, like if I click here, let me get rid of this. If I click,
That is a lot of ops.
There we go. This page was missing a second ago. That's really strange.
It is kind of buggy. This also, when I watch my loadout, I can't see my case hardens. I don't know why, but I can pick them for the loadout still.
So yeah, these weren't showing when I just did my search. So there's this one, this one as well.
Can we check that out?
I wanted
the duality.
Here, let me show you that one. I really like this one. So here's an example of the duality. I think this is a 000 or a 00 float. Let me confirm that as well. I really do like this skin. It's a 002.
Wow.
Looks great in game. As soon as this skin, if you all remember, the Doodle lore.
I love this one.
And then, and then the Doodle lore was, removed because of the copyright stuff, and this was added, and I was very happy because I think this is a gorgeous op.
I think it looks so much better, but I think the Doodle lore was a fan favorite, but I think this looks so good.
I really hope for the next operation, which is probably copium, that it's even going to happen. But if it does, that they bring back their own version of it, because it was such a cool purple colored skin. Like, it's just But yeah, so Mouz holos, I really like them. As I mentioned, I have essentially a full loadout. A full loadout for 4x of everything. So
if you should pick out like some of your favorites from that theme, what would that be? I saw you
Sure, I
had
would
some
say,
with Kados as well.
yeah. Well, I'll save that one for later for a different collection, the
Okay,
Blue
cool.
Lamb
Yeah, sure.
specifically. But I really like this red line.
Oh,
One
yeah.
of the reasons is it's a basic red line, right? It looks great just because it matches, but the pattern is actually special, and not a lot of people know about red line patterns.
Oh,
So
are they
there's a
pattern
couple of
based?
places they are. Well, so they are.
What?
I mean, yes, but they are pattern based, especially when it comes to wear as well. So
Ah,
let me show you. Let me show you with not a good one first to make it a little bit more obvious. Um, so let's use. Oh, these are all good. Let's use this one
yeah.
first. So Hellraiser Hollow 666 theme. I really like this craft. We'll talk about it a little bit
Nice.
later. But so one of the patterns that matters for red lines, people might be aware, but it's float capped at 0.10. So you can't have a factory new red line or one less than 0.10 float.
Oh, yeah.
So most of them, yeah, most have some wear. It's just that's how the skins work.
This looks
But
really clean.
yeah, man, I love this. But one of the things that's kind of unique is there are like a handful of patterns, 4 that are considered tier 1 from a guide, where the mag here, these lines in the mag actually have red on them. It's very
What?
rare. Yeah, and so
Never
this
seen
one
that.
you can if you look really closely, you can kind of see, tiny little dots on the edge there. Very, very faint. Not easy to see.
Mm-hmm.
But if I bring out the Mouz one, this is, in my opinion, one of the best ones in the game for the most red and also the cleanest front. It's the 147 pattern. So now if you look, do you see the red?
Oh, that is cool, man.
Yeah, and so let me take it out so you can kind of see it a little bit more here. My theme is blue right now on T side, so ignore that. But
Yeah.
and so when you inspect, you can see it really clearly. You can see there's the red on the lines there.
Yeah. That is so
yeah,
cool, man.
when I wanted to make a red line craft, I looked more into it, and I've learned a lot from the community. There's some really cool pattern collectors or really niche skin collectors that inspired me. A couple
Yeah.
others are Sean Aaron, who is kind of one of the OGs of collecting really rare and niche and clean patterns. So
Oh,
not only
okay.
does he have cool rare patterns, he's got usually the best ones. So like Fact New or Stat Track Fact New or etc. He's got a lot of knowledge, and I reached out to him very
Nice.
early in my collecting career and learned quite a bit. But my second kind of inspiration, a big inspiration, is a collector by the name of Lenombre.
Okay, I've never heard
Lenombre
of
is,
either of these guys.
yeah, they both are. They both have Twitter accounts, but they're not very active. I think
Feel free to
they
show off
collect.
some more items if you
Yeah,
want.
sorry, I'll keep jumping around. Just let me know if I get distracted. But yeah, so they've been collecting a long time. They
Yeah.
kind of did what I used to do, and
Yeah.
that is collect in my own kind of private corner and not really care about so much the community, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's just when you're collecting things that you like, you don't really care too much about what other people think if it's a true hobby.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and then but a lot of people get into CS skins to make money, and that was never me. I'm
Yeah.
very happy in that space, and so this was just another way. One other thing we can talk about maybe in later in the interview or another time is also
Mhm.
Pokemon cards.
Oh,
I
what?
have
You have a collection?
yeah,
I did
I
not
have
know
a
that.
massive collection from when I was younger, but I also have one of the
Okay.
world's most complete collections of a really cool artist of the cards. His name is Tomokazu Kamiya. You probably seen his cards before Valhalla, but he's the one who draws kind of like a child. Like everything's
Yeah.
very like,
Is he the one
it's
who
very cool
hasn't
looking.
made that many cards?
He's made about 120. He's been doing it for a long
Oh,
time.
okay. Yeah,
Um,
okay. That
so
wasn't the
maybe
one I think about.
Yeah, maybe on the side we can look at some examples so you can see. But one of my favorite things about it, and I won't go too deep into it, is I have his like the children's books for Pokemon that he wrote, the first editions in like the 90s.
Yeah.
They're very unique, but we'll talk more about that later. But just I like
Honestly,
collecting.
I'm thinking about doing like this for Pokemon as well.
I would love to show you my stuff, man. I would
Yeah.
do a camera as well so you could see, at least a top down, so you can see my collection.
Nice.
But anyway, so with that said, I think you probably come from the same kind of space, but I grew up with those kinds of cards, and I really enjoy,
Yeah.
having a collection and growing the collection and learning about things and, finding things that I like the most. Because then when you get that feeling of satisfaction when you get a skin or a card or any collectible that like helps complete your collection, it's just it's such a positive thing, especially if it's like not a negative hobby.
Yeah,
Which CS can be if you gamble or if you do kind of irresponsible
definitely.
things like that.
You
But
have
as long as
a
you kind of, yeah,
you have a lot of Simon, it seems like, or isn't it called Simon Gaming?
yeah, these
Yeah.
these yeah, I have quite a
Hmm,
few.
that's cool.
I really like the red and blue. Um, yeah, let me
But what
just
were you
so I think
saying, by the way? I just noticed it though.
no, please, and please, I can rant. So if you see something, I will. I appreciate you calling it out. I can point. I can just get and jump on it. But
Well, feel free just
um,
to right click and then inspect while you talk. Then we can see
yeah,
some of the skins as well.
sure. So I
It's a
mean, in terms
lot
of
of cool
mouse
stuff.
hollows,
Yeah,
you know, I
I've
think
made
that my
that with
mouse hollows.
Heroic, but just when they
Oh,
came
did
out.
you?
Yeah.
The heroic Stockholms or what?
Yes.
What made you?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, those are very good because they use pretty much the same colors.
Yeah.
Um, I like this one. This is a pretty good one. It's a 5X on the reboot.
Oh
Looks really
wow, that
nice.
looks so cool, man.
Yeah, I
You
really
have not
like.
even one kill with it though.
Well, no. So I when I organize too, I mean, true. But when I organize, it resets all
Oh
stat
yeah,
track
of
counters.
course.
So I don't really use those transfer tool things. I probably should at some point, but
I haven't
um,
either. I'm too scared. I'm too much of a boomer to be not scared about that.
yeah, exactly. I would say, yeah, my favorite Mouzecraft, that AK was probably one of them. I really like, these are kind of strange. So, like, the ones that are obvious, like just the red skins with the red stickers,
Yeah.
it's very clean. It looks good with the loadout. But I like my unique ones. So here's a good example, and I'll use this to jump to my next collection. Um,
Okay, cool, cool.
so those are the mouse collections, but my main collection that a lot of people know me for from my Twitter content
Okay.
are rare patterns.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I know you mostly for too. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I like to use the term uncommon patterns instead of rare, just
Yeah.
because, like, you think about statistics, right? Like, every pattern is 1 out of 1001, and I say that because pattern 0 exists.
Ah,
And
that makes
so,
sense. Yeah.
yeah, and so, it's like, it's kind of rare, and it might be rare because it's like a classified or a covert, and there's not a
Yeah.
lot of them, but realistically, every skin pattern has the same rarity. So I like to
That's
use the
true.
word uncommon when I post just because rare also
That
makes
makes
it sound,
sense.
I think, expensive, and some are, don't get me wrong, but I don't, it's not about how much it's worth, and I don't do Twitter content to say, hey, look at this new pattern I found, and then like buy 20 of them and make profit. I don't do any of that.
No.
So I just frame it as uncommon so people just know it's like unique.
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
So with that said, I'll show some of mine. This will be tough, but I'll show
Let's
some of my
let's
unique
look at
ones.
that Nightshader. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah. So the Nightshades I like because it's a really subtle match with the Mouse Hollows,
Yeah.
but there are two patterns that people don't really know about. This is from one of the first collections, one of the first pattern-based skins. And
Oh.
so the Nightshade has these flowers because if you don't know,
Yeah.
Nightshade is a type of, I think it's a class or family of like flowers. I think tomatoes
Okay.
are nightshades, those kinds of things.
Ah,
Um,
okay. I did not know that. And learn a lot of
yeah,
new
I think
stuff today.
sure, sure. And that's why I think it's got like the vines and the flower pattern. And so with that said, this is a heart pattern on the back. So this is essentially two flowers that are meeting on the back of
Oh, that's
the
cool.
5.7, and it makes a little tiny heart. It's not perfect, but this is also one of the first rare patterns that like people kind of found. Like
Yeah.
the guide for this is extremely old, which shows some of these. This is a cool one, but I really do like just the perfect flower itself, which is my other one here. Boom. So it's
Oh,
just a
okay.
perfectly centered flower.
Yeah.
And the back of Kami, or not Kami's, the back of 5.7s got really famous with Kami patterns. And
Oh, yeah, of
um,
course.
I have a couple of those,
Yeah.
just one or two. I'll go really quickly through some. A
Yeah.
lot of them are cheesy. Some of them I agree with, some of them I don't. They're kind of a stretch. But I'm a collector. I'm a pure collector. I still got to have an example of them, even if I don't agree.
Of course.
So, I definitely have all the ones that Buff says are rare patterns, and then I have all the ones that I like from the guides that say that they're rare patterns. So,
Okay.
just to kind of go through them quick, one high-level thing for my collection, as you probably note if I scroll really quick here,
Yeah.
is almost every single thing I own is crafted. I don't think
Oh,
there's maybe a
wow.
handful. Yeah, there's probably a handful, maybe 5 to 10 skins total that don't have a complete craft, and most of them are because it would ruin the skin. A good
Ah,
example
okay.
is this one here. This is the Lenny face pattern on the Scout. So you see this face right here.
Oh yeah.
It's all, do you see the eyes? So there's an eye, and that's an eye, and here's the mouth, and here's the nose. Do you see it?
Oh yeah, I see it now. Before that, I saw like a gorilla
Yeah,
instead.
I see what you're saying. Sure. Yeah, but this is known as the Lenny face, or that kind of troll face that people used to make online.
Ah, okay.
So
I never used
so
it,
he's
so
like,
yeah.
yeah, he's like slightly smirking, right? You can kind of see he's like slightly smirking here.
Yeah.
But so if I put stickers on this, it ruins it, right? Because it's like a full pattern that's on the skin. So these are the examples of the one that aren't. But
Okay.
everything else not only is crafted, but about 95 to 99% I did myself. So almost
That's so
everything you
cool.
see here in front of you, I crafted because I thought it was the right craft for the skin.
Yeah.
And I wanted it for my collection. It wasn't just me. I mean, there's some things that are snipes or, whatever.
Mhm.
But that's to me what makes it two things. My collection very special to me because I literally brought most of these into existence.
Yeah.
And the second thing, it also makes it very difficult for me to sell anything
Yeah.
because
That's
it's all
true.
sentimental.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a challenge, but I don't care. So
And you have to find the right buyer as well. Ooh, you had some North.
yeah.
That's
Oh yeah,
cool.
I'll show you
That's
some more
Danish.
stuff here. But yeah, oh that's right. I remember you're Danish.
Yeah.
I'll try and
Where
kind
are
of,
you from actually? In
yeah,
the
good
States?
point. Yeah, but from the States. I grew up actually. Let me show you something real quick. This would be just a
Yeah.
slight detour, but I think one that I would really like to do.
Yeah.
I can show you a CS map from where I grew up.
Okay.
It's a very unique thing that I'm able to do.
Okay. Let's check it out. Okay. Now
Listen, man,
we
like
are
I said,
recording.
okay,
Okay.
perfect, man. Well, yeah, so as I was saying kind of previously, I grew up in Florida, and the cool thing about this map here is it is about 3 miles away from where I grew up. So, like, the
That's so
saying
nice.
is as the eagle flies, so like a straight line, it's about 3 miles away, and about 15-minute drive, and or yeah, I guess I am. Apologies for using American units there, imperial.
Some will understand it.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, what? So I guess 5 kilometers is about 3 point whatever miles. So if that helps.
Yeah.
So yeah, I grew up here and I've been here so many times. This is the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, is what it is based off of. So if you know the Space Center where the shuttle used to be launched and where like SpaceX launches things now, generally, it's on the island that I grew up on, and yeah, I've got a lot of memories.
That's
here.
so cool.
My dad and I used to go here all the time as a kid. I have a great family. My dad is one of the most curious and inspirational people I've ever met and will ever meet. Him and I went to space camp when I was a kid. And because for a lot of kids, it was a dream to like go to space camp and like kind of, wow, I want to be, go to a shuttle and get launched into space. But they had to travel kind of all over the country or the world to do it. I had to travel 15 minutes, but it was still awesome. And this map just has an absolute crazy special place in my heart that I think is on a different level than like, oh, I played train when, in CS, 1 point, whatever. This is like, I lived here and I've been here and I've walked through and I've seen this and where it says explore. Valhalla, with that in mind of this map, I took photos of these. And so the rockets here, and so maybe I'll kind of look up a little bit so you got a good template to maybe put the photo in the video if you can.
Yeah, definitely.
I visited here with him as well, and I took a photo of what it looks like. So they have the Olympus, which is, I think it's the Enterprise is the one that they might have in. The Enterprise was one of the first shuttles. It's okay. You'll see in the picture.
Yeah.
But they have a space shuttle indoors, one of the ones actually used. Yeah, man, I'm just so happy. Now check this out. Now this isn't the perfect angle. It's not 1-to-1, but you'll notice a lot of similarities here.
Oh my God. Yeah, definitely. That's so cool. Well, you said you had so how many themes did you have? You had like the mouse, and then you have the special patterns.
Yeah,
and
let
then
me just say high level all the themes, and then we'll focus on the patterns here next.
Yeah.
So my mouse collection, and then I have rare patterns or uncommon patterns, either one.
Yeah.
I've got about 280 to 300 of those.
Okay.
Then I have DreamHack 13 souvenirs, and so for people who aren't familiar, those are the first souvenirs and the first stickers ever in Counter-Strike. yeah, they came with the DreamHack Major in 2013 and the winter there. I think it was the winter. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but yeah, I won't show those right this second. We'll look at some of those in a moment, but
yeah.
That's one collection, and then another collection is Kenny S souvenirs.
Ooh, okay.
Kenny S was always my favorite player, and I really like just how people always liked his souvenirs, and so I got a couple of those.
Yeah.
Other collections, I would say discontinued stickers is a big collection of mine. So that's like there are 4 stickers in the game that were removed and discontinued from being able to be purchased or opened.
Oh, yeah. That sounds
Harper
expensive.
War, yeah, Harper War, King on the Field, Wing Diffuser, and the Howling Dawn, which was removed with the Howl. You know, same artwork.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
So all 4 of those, generally high. It's a range, but between like 700 to 1,000 per sticker now.
Yeah.
But I really like just the story behind them. So I have those, and I've got a really cool example of those I'll show in a minute. And
Cool.
then I would say just let me make sure. I mean, if I show you my containers, that's probably the best way.
Yeah,
Actually, now that I think about
definitely.
this, so DreamHack souvenirs, Kenny S souvenirs, rare floats. I've got a couple of rare floats.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a huge float collector, but I've got some really cool meme ones, like cool meme ones. I'll show you what I mean. Rare patterns as well. Rare stickers, so that's the discontinueds, that's Catos, you know, those anything like that.
Yeah.
And then I have a crate for every colored loadout here.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and I also collect passively like collection skins, like the old collections, like, you know, baggage collection, or, you know, those, like I have those completed. And so this is just when I put things in crates, if they don't really fit in one of these, they go in here.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so that's my high level of my main collections, and then in between that, just a whole bunch of just what I consider nice, not
Nice
necessarily
base
niche
skins?
skins, but just base, play skins, base kind of level skins, etc. But my rare patterns. This is
So
the one where
let's just activate the viewers here. Actually,
yeah.
if you want to watch one of these types of themed collections more in depth, because right now we're just running over a couple of skins in each theme. But if you want to see one of the collections more in depth, let us know in the comments below on this YouTube video, and then we'll do another part with the most commented one.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a little biased. I hope it's one that I won't say out loud, because there's one where I can go into a lot of detail.
Yeah. Feel free to what do you call it? Advertise for it. It's fine.
Okay.
Which one are you thinking?
Rare patterns. I am the amount of time and effort that I have put into finding things that I think are cool patterns. I mean, it's been clear just through Twitter that like people really like that, and I think that there's a lot that I haven't shown, or things I've shown when I was a lot smaller of a content creator, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't really consider myself that, but you know, when it didn't get a lot of visibility that I could show that people have probably never seen. So I would recommend that. Anyone in the comments.
Yeah, that would be fun, man. Definitely.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump in. There's a lot here, so I'll just kind of go with what I see that I think you would like.
Yeah. And
when I say you, I mean you and the general viewer here. So,
yes.
All right, so let's just rapid fire through the commies. Some are stupid. I know this. Like, it's okay. Some are obviously very immature. That's also okay. But remember, my goal here is to have them, right? It's a collection. It's like to say, oh, that's a cool thing, and let me show you this one you may have never seen.
Yeah.
And the other thing to note is I try to make crafts that go with the pattern. So.
Oh, it's laying an egg. Or laying an egg.
Not yet. You'll see. Yeah. But so it's chickens here, right? Well, this is known as the baby chick pattern. So if you look in the back, there's a little baby chicken with his little arms.
Oh, that's so cool.
And his beak and his eyes kind of cross-eyed or looking, in the wrong
cool,
direction.
Man.
So yeah, when you hold it, you see a little chicken there. It's really tough. The CS2 inspect makes the angle kind of tough to see.
Yeah.
But most of them I'll have to show kind of tilted like this, so you can see what you would see if you're holding it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that one. This one is so this is like a dude with a mustache, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you look up here, it's a dude with a mustache.
Oh, yeah.
On the crosshair. So like I said, some of these are silly. Some of these are kind of memes that are like really old memes too. but if I saw someone call it out on the internet online and gave a pattern number, I got it. So that's kind of where, this one, I will let you interpret yourself. So you saw where the mustache was on this guy.
Yeah.
On the iron sights, if you will. There's a pair of something on these, as well as another thing on the back. So we'll let you guess. TNA stands for something.
Okay.
I won't say what it is, but
oh, I see what that is.
Yeah, so clearly
Not gonna say it
though.
though.
Yeah, it's just clear. Their eyes, they're just clearly staring directly at you. Double D eyes. Is what I would say. Yeah.
Beautiful eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Supple eyes. So this one here is kind of strange. This is the rage sticker, which I just think is a cool kind of. This might be ignorant. I don't know what language that is actually. I was gonna say Japanese. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I have no idea either.
Yeah, on the back of the kami though, this is the letter A, I believe, in Japanese, and it's just repeated a lot. Strange.
Oh, it has so much stuff.
Yeah, it's just got like the same thing over and over again. It's kind of strange, but someone called it out online, so I got an example of it. This one's really cool for a couple of reasons. Number one, I love this little guy. This is my favorite little. He's so cute. He looks tired as hell.
Yeah.
He's just happy to be there though. He's happy to say hello to his friend here. So I love this little dude. He's random on some of these patterns, but this guy just gives me energy.
And I actually really like the Mongol stickers. They're really subtle, and I like that they are so there's so much. It leaves space for a lot of the visual of the skins who come out. Actually,
it really does. And the cool thing about this too is you see the character, right? It's a Mongolian character, East Asian kind of person. Look at the back. Look at the back of this.
Oh, that looks.
Yeah, it used to be known as, which is silly, but like the Asian walrus pattern, which I think is silly. That's too stereotypical and not really like PC, if you will.
Yeah.
I kind of view it as just like this guy. It's just like he's wearing war clothing or something. Like maybe it's like fangs or something. But
like a mask.
It's really cool. But it's like a person and kind of a really similar looking person here too. So just kind of a cool commie. But cool. Like I said, I love this guy. This guy's just really cool. So it's not part of the pattern, but just this is me. This is me after looking at patterns. I'm just tired. I'm like, hey, that's cool. So anyway, there's that. This one, is one of the smile patterns. So I put these Kios.
So that fits too. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me real quick. Let me make sure my settings are as high as they can be.
Yeah.
Because I'm noticing some aliasing and because like I have everything here for like if I was playing, not if I was looking at skins. So
okay.
Let me raise this just a little bit. Shadow quality we'll just leave there.
I think it looks good.
I think that'll be fine. Let me go back here. Perfect. It should be a little bit cleaner. Yeah, these look a little bit tiny bit better. Okay, cool. So I just found some cool holos with smiles on them because on the back of this one up here, you got a little smile.
Oh, cool.
Some people call this the spider pattern because it's got 8 legs as well.
Does kind of look like a spider actually.
Yeah, if you view it holistically, it looks like a spider, but I just like the little dude up here. It's kind of nice. And kind of or juxtapose or next to that is, let me just jump ahead to another smile pattern. This one
I like
here,
the iron stickers.
Me too, man. It was really cool design and just playful.
Yeah. Also the coloring on the holo is cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like super rainbowy. I think I have a couple of examples of those. But yeah, look at the back of this one. It's just like a little smile as well.
Yeah.
Right,
that's true. What is that on top though?
Oh, top is, I don't think it's part of it's not really part of the cool pattern here.
Oh.
This one, I don't remember.
Oh, what?
It's this guy. Yeah, this little dude. He's like raising his hands. You see him?
Yeah.
He's like.
But also the eyes. It's cool, man.
Yeah, the eyes too. I've got a cool eye pattern. Let me jump to that one. This one here. Look at his eyes. Right?
Yeah.
It's like the same
yeah, it's the same eyes. Oh, so is that wasn't the same eyes though as the other one, was it?
It comes from the same pattern, but it's different because those were over here. This is like more like evenly spaced.
Okay.
This one's kind of cool. I like this one a lot. I made the craft, which I think is super unique, right? This is, you know, it's like an old like Super Nintendo selection screen.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, player 1 versus player 2, right? And you're selecting your agent.
Yeah.
Well, this one's kind of cool because on the back it says players.
Ah, yeah.
So it's player 1, player 2, and this one says players.
You really
So I
thought
thought that
a
was
lot,
kind of creative.
about it. Yeah.
Well, so what I found the patterns. The patterns are popular online first. Like there's guides that have these like listed.
Ah, okay.
And then I said, well, what craft? Yeah, what craft would be the perfect match for them? Because if they're going to be in my collection, if they're going to be organized, they got to be complete.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
Yeah, this one I think is stupid. I don't like this one, but it's
Robot?
I think online they call it the robot butler, the robot butler, and I think looks like a robot in a suit.
Oh yeah, it actually does.
Yeah, with his feet and his arms, like but it's kind of cheesy. I'm not a huge fan of that one.
Or penguin or something.
Yeah, this one's not very popular. I don't think anyone's ever seen this one before, so we'll just skip this one. This one's just not. It's not very important.
No, I don't even see what that is. Not at all. Nobody knows this pattern. Very cool pattern.
That's the fire on the candle, and it's just a candle. And very hot. You gotta be careful about touching that one.
Yeah, don't touch that place right there.
Exactly, but it's $9.09 in case anyone's ever heard of this one. So I got that one for $29 on Steam Market before they became very popular.
Yeah.
I think now it's like 300 or something. But
ooh, pandas. Nice.
The panda pattern. Yep. So look up here.
That does look like a panda. What?
And it even has his arms. He's like a massive panda.
Oh yeah, I see it with the arms now. Yeah.
Yep. So that's the panda pattern.
And a small peepee.
Exactly right. And this is one of my favorites too. I call this Hola Conmigo because it used to be known as the sombrero pattern.
Okay.
And this is Spanish. And obviously these are the kami patterns, right? So Conmigo is like
hola, amigo,
or friend. Yeah, friend in Spanish. It's got this dude on it again, so it's top tier. You know, he's the best little dude in Counter-Strike. I also put the FAMAS stickers on it, the Hello FAMAS golds, so he's waving, right?
Yeah.
So you got this dude waving, you got this dude waving. This means hello friend. And on the back is a guy wearing a sombrero.
Oh yeah, I see that.
With his mustache and everything.
Yeah.
And he's wearing his hat. Yep. So there's that. This is the flex kami. So it's a dude flexing. I'll jump to a better one after this, but so I put the sticker of her flexing her bicep, and this is a dude on the back flexing. He's going, "Argh!"
Wait, I don't see it though.
This is his head. Right
oh,
there.
now I see it. Yeah.
And these are his arms, and these are his biceps.
Oh yeah, now I see it. I was looking at the top.
Yeah, most of them are just on the back. The top is kind of only on a couple. This one, the craft is kind of tough. Oh, here's the little dude again. I didn't know he was.
Oh yeah, he's there a lot.
Yeah. This is a tough craft. So it's a Pokemon craft. And there's really no good Pokemon stickers, right? This is the closest thing I could consider a Pokemon. But this is known as the Togepi craft, or the Togepi kami. And so for those who aren't familiar, you probably are, Valhalla, but Togepi is like an egg Pokemon.
Yeah.
Maybe in the video, if you have a chance, maybe you could put a little photo over it. But so on the back of this is Togepi.
Okay. Wow. It definitely looks like Togepi actually.
Yeah, with a little face.
I can see it.
Only he can't see the shell. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just say like this is the shell or something. But yeah, that's known as the Togepi pattern. This is weird. Looked at that one. That's the smile. This one's kind of silly. These are the only stickers in the game, or one of the best stickers, where it has like a grenade. You know, just like an actual grenade.
Oh yeah.
And this one just says nade on the back. But like I said, someone found this and posted it online, so I was like, I'm gonna grab me one of those. Yeah, that's my kami collection. I've got a couple others that are in a crate, but they're not amazing, so we'll just move on.
Okay.
But that's an example
nice.
of some rare pattern. What I'd like to do is just rapid fire some cool ones, and I'll just kind of put them up on the screen. I'll say what they are, and then move to the next one.
Yeah, let's do that. Good idea.
Yeah, so let me just get to the coffee. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Cool. So one of the first ones that comes to mind, and I'm going to keep scrolling, just to kind of get quick here. I do apologize for YouTube viewers. It'll be a lot of movement. It might make you a little, hopefully it doesn't mess with your stomach, but exactly. So Flex 9, to kind of go with the flexing theme from that last kami. is this one, which is even better.
Oh, that is better.
Yep, he's got his big ears, and he actually has like his hands and everything. So this is the Flex 9.
Yeah.
These are the Max Red and Max Blue berries and cherries.
Ooh, I have
this
that.
also-
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
had that though. Yeah.
Awesome. This also has the Simon foil that we looked at earlier, but this one's scraped, and I think is one of the coolest crafts because of how well it matches. Watch this, Max Red.
Wait, it looks like that one is scraped. It looked really good. It looks really good. Scraped.
All Berlins are perfect. I will say that especially in 4K, you will be able to see scratches on it.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But it's not like it doesn't remove anything. It just shows that it's scratched. I think it looks amazing. And as you can see, this is Max Red, and it's like almost perfect with the split of the red and the blue.
Yeah.
So this is the 1A2 pattern Max Red, and this is Max Blue, just in contrast. This is the pattern 80, which is the number 1.
Oh, okay.
For the Max Blue.
I've had those at some point.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm a decent case hardened collector. I used to collect. My main thing was high tier case hardened before they exploded in price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had some gold gems, but yeah.
Oh, well, speaking of,
I think gold gems are easy, right, to get?
They are. They're pretty easy. I think this one's minware. I think this is like, I don't want to say price because it might change by the time the video is posted. But
oh yeah.
The 691, which is the number 1, is quite expensive and quite rare to get. But it is gorgeous. It's a really pretty thing. Very different. I do have a tier 2 that I like. I've used forever. I got for $14 back in the day.
What? No way.
Yeah, I mean, $14 on CS money, just to be clear. So it's like, I think it was like $9 or something.
Okay.
But it's like, it's so good. I use it. It's like, why get rid of it? Why upgrade? This sticker is perfect. It fits like right in the gap.
Yeah. For sure.
So that, that's that. I will jump to my case hardened AKs. I think they are beautiful.
I love case hardened AKs. I love them.
I got one in the crate I got to show you that's recent, but this is the first tier 2 that I ever had way back in the day. And I sold the original one, and I got this one to have it as a reminder.
Yeah.
It's 278, so it's tier 2. For those who might know, 278 is also the pattern of one of the number 1 case hardened 5.7s. Is 278 or 690.
Ah, okay.
So, and interestingly enough, 690 is essentially the same pattern in the AK as this is. So it's like they kind of work that way.
Okay.
So yeah, this is one of the first. It's not crazy. It's very pretty in game. I'll go ahead and equip it.
Yeah, do that.
See? It's a nice clean blue. It's nothing amazing.
Looks really cool. The sticker fits really well with the foil here.
Yeah, the Cloud9 foil is really good. I did that when it was like $3 or $4 back in the day in 2017. Now it's probably like 80. Who knows?
The headhunter foil is cool too. It fits like the
headhunters.
Yeah.
Yep, Headhunters is one of my favorite stickers. It's especially for me, it completes a case hardened like nothing else. To me, I don't know why. I think I know why. I do remember like years ago, I played against in matchmaking. It's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with it, but I do remember specifically it was a girl in matchmaking who was doing awesome on my team, and she had a case hardened with a headhunter on it, and I was like, wow, that looks so good because hers was really gold. And ever since I saw that, I was like, I feel like that's one of the best stickers for it. I usually put a headhunter on any of my case hardens. So most you'll see have it.
By the way, speaking of girls, at some point you're gonna get a girlfriend.
Yeah, of course.
And you're gonna propose to her. What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you ran out, or you?
No, sorry. I was just saying, yeah, I'm currently single in some open things, but yeah, right now. Hypothetically, if I do have one, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the mic went out a bit, so I couldn't hear what you said. But if you're gonna propose to this hypothetical girlfriend,
sure, yeah.
Instead of a ring, what skin would you propose to her with?
Okay, let me ask one question before I answer.
Yep.
Do I have to already own it, or could it be anything?
You have to already own it.
I like that because then it's more personal. I can actually show you. Yeah, it's a really good question, man. I think if I had to select one, I think I know which one it would be. It would probably have to be this knife here. So it's a phase 3 karambit. and it's probably the best blue you can get. I have never seen one like this for phase 3. Remember, this is blue and green knife. This is not a phase 4 where it's full blue, but this one is just perfect. Um, Absolutely gorgeous in the light.
Nice.
The corner is nearly flawless. It was flawless in CS2, but in CS2 you can't even see it, but there's one pixel missing, which is actually, it makes it better. And this is why I would choose that knife, Valhalla, for that specific reason.
Okay.
So it not being perfect is the entire point of this knife. You might say, that makes no sense. Don't you want a perfect knife? Well, I do, but nothing's perfect, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Perfect is a concept, it's an idea.
Yeah.
The pursuit of perfection is where the value is. It's not in actually trying to act, it's not in getting perfection, because that's impossible. And with that, that's what the name of the knife means. The name of the knife, Kaizen, is a Japanese philosophy that means essentially it's how do you refine processes and get better over time, with the understanding that nothing is perfect. And so it is
cool.
falling in love with the pursuit of perfection that allows one to really get at their potential. And that's what I had to remind myself when I was going through grad school and working toward my PhD, etc. Like that, nothing's perfect. My dissertation isn't perfect. My research isn't perfect. But the fact that I care enough that I would like it to try and be is the important thing about it. And
Wow.
to me,
Honestly, I think that girl will say yes for sure when you tell her that. Honestly.
That's what I'm saying, right? Because it's the same thing applies to a relationship. There's no such thing as a perfect partner or a soulmate or anything like that. That's a concept that people sell to each other.
Yeah.
There is the concept of working with someone to make a relationship what you want it to be. And to me, that's Kaizen. That's the philosophy. And to bring it all together, it's also the name of my dog. My
dog's
really?
Name
is Kai.
That's
and
cute.
His full name is Kaizen, but he goes by, I call him Kai. Yeah. And
can we see it in game?
Yeah, I'll show you the nice in game.
Nice.
But the same thing when
you have to get on your knees, of course.
Yeah,
because you're proposing.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. So I got to do one of these.
Here we go.
Yep. Like that. But it's a gorgeous knifing game, especially look at when it gets in the light. It is just, it's so clean that there is a pixel missing. You can see it right there.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Wow. Right there. But it's
perfect imperfection.
Perfect. I love that. I like the way you just put that, man. Perfect imperfection.
Speaking of like things changing in CS2 from CS:GO, which skins of yours has gotten like the biggest visual upgrade or downgrade? That is.
Yeah.
If you have something that you're really happy about getting a really good upgrade, or if you're really sad, got a downgrade. For me, it was my graphite.
Ooh.
It was a huge downgrade. Yeah, huge downgrade.
I agree. That hit me as well. It was really nice that this used to be very black and the scope was black, and with Nox it looked amazing. Now it's very gray. Yeah.
And the pattern doesn't. It seems kind of bland still.
If they made this pattern just real quick, if they made it kind of reflect like this sticker does here, would be amazing. How the triangles like reflect light individually, you know what I mean, like that.
Yeah,
that would make the graphite so much better. But okay, so which one got the biggest upgrade and which got the biggest downgrade? Upgrade, I would say, can it be a skin? Well, so I needed to have owned it before CS2 came out, right?
No, not really.
Okay, well then I would say one of the biggest upgrades would be this one, which I got kind of recently. I bought it from a friend. Check out the float or the name on this one. Look at the float for it.
Oh yeah, Carved Jade. The name,
and it's
420, nice.
420 Elite 69.
Oh,
it's the full meme number.
Yeah.
420 Elite 69.
Triple meme.
Triple meme, man. Full on meme and a 00.
That is insane.
Gorgeous. I think the Carved Jade got the biggest upgrade of almost any skin. I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic. If I inspect, by the way, it does round it up, so it looks 420, 13, 38, but it is that full number there. So I think this one did. What else got a really big upgrade? I would say, here's one that maybe people wouldn't expect me to say. I would say the Cartel.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the wood looks like it's still the old wood from like CS:GO. If they fix that, it'll be amazing.
Yeah,
But there's like a darkness to it that's really nice, and like there's a lot of grooves. You can see more detail.
yeah.
Absolutely just
I
gorgeous.
have
I'll
so
show you.
many cartels now because of that.
Oh yeah, man. And look at this craft. I think you'll like this. It goes so well with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
That
And
fits
I
really well together.
fun story is as I told you, I love the headhunter, and me and my and an old friend of mine named Fergus, we both used to collect headhunters.
Yeah,
He had two of these. I reached out about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and I said, hey man, I know you have a fact new one. I think he's got maybe the lowest float one that exists of 4x cartels with these.
yeah,
And I said, you got a minware .08, like, can I overpay you for that? Because I know it's your collection, you're one of my good buddies, I want to give you some money and profit for it. And
yeah.
he goes, take it. I said, what? He's like, no, it's yours. And he just gave it to me.
Okay.
And so I love this thing because it's a great gift from a friend for free.
Yeah, well, and now it's he probably think that, oh, I shouldn't have done that with the value
He's
increase.
happy that, yeah, he's happy with it still because it was recent.
Yeah.
It was just a couple months ago. But I would say blue phosphor as well because it's on the new model. I think looks great.
Yeah.
Um,
Ooh, that
you know,
has a clean handle.
yeah. Oh, does it? Like I've never. It's like a pattern thing, or I don't know.
It is a pattern based, but also float based, I think. But I don't know if it's changed in CS2, so
Maybe, yeah. I'm not sure, but it is.
I'm not
I
sure
really
anymore.
like the new A1S. I just feel like it's so much thinner here in the body. It just feels lighter to me. I don't know if you feel the same way when you use one.
Never
But it just feels like, yeah, it's like.
Never thought
skinnier.
about it actually.
But I really like this. The craft is okay. The craft, I did it myself, but I just needed something on there.
Yeah.
It's not my ideal blue phosphor, but I think that looks great.
Very pretty. I
I would say
like
one
it.
of the-
It looks good, but it's too, you know, how do you say, compatible. It's like that
It's
is.
too perfect. Yep.
It's too, yeah. It's like too like the go-to you should think would look really good, right? That's the thing I
Yeah,
have that I like it and I like that it looks so good together, but also sometimes I like the skins which are you didn't think would actually look good with this sticker.
I love that. Yep. Completely agree with it. I don't want to say, it's close to the word basic is kind of the way I would put it. It's like, yeah. It's like high, it's like, I don't really, I guess it's high tier. I don't know. People have different definitions. Of high tier,
Definitely a high tier. Ooh,
Yeah,
let's look at that Icarus Fell though.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let me
Just
show you Icarus, which I think is okay in CS2. It still looks a little gray.
it looks fits perfectly with the holo effect, man.
Yeah,
But
man,
this
I'm a
is
big
a
fan.
really good match. Holy moly.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and I'm a big fan of the feathers on the pattern. That's my favorite part. Like the blue is cool, like where it can get really blue, but like or aqua, whatever color you want to call that.
Yeah.
I really like the feathers on the feather pattern. So I look
Is
for
it
one with
pattern
maybe
based
feathers.
or?
Oh yeah, there's
Okay.
different phases. There's 4 phases of Icarus Fells, and the best one that people really like is this
Looks really
blob
cool.
here, which is the sun and has the feathers on the side. That being right in the middle, so this entire part is this color here. Is usually the most desired, but I like this one. Really nice float, and just like gives you enough background for a sticker right in best pause, and then just to keep it going. So I would say another good-looking one that got better in CS2 would be this one, the Spider Lily. I think looks really nice.
Yeah. It
in the
looks
game.
so good. I have
colorful.
the exact same skin.
Awesome. Do you have the same craft?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Good eye, great minds think alike.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
perfect. It's so nice. I think those are the main ones. If we want to focus on rifles, Waters of Nephthys looks cool.
Oh, let's look at that. I haven't seen that. It has different colors compared to how it float is, right?
I mean, yeah, yes, it does. This one's fact new. I did open it, which was pretty cool. I opened 2 of these actually. I got a field tested one, and then I got a fact new, and I gave the field tested to a buddy of mine, and kept this one. This is a really nice craft. It goes really well with it. And I like it too because it's Waters of Nephthys, right? And it's Team Liquid, so it like theme-wise goes
That's perfect.
really well.
That's such a cool craft, man. Oh my god, I think I should do that craft myself.
Oh, you should. Let me show you this in game. It's so pretty, especially when you shoot, man. Yeah, I really like this in game.
That is
Looks
beautiful.
super nice. And look at that when like the shadows hit it, and it kind of like it lights up different layers almost. You can see.
Oh my
Watch what
god.
happens. You probably know this, but watch when you shoot. Watch what happens, like the reflections on the skin. It all like turns orange. Ready?
Oh, I did not know that. What? That is so
Yep.
cool. I need this skin. I need a skin like this.
It's amazing. And the cool thing too is this case has been out for so long that these are not like hyper expensive for a pink. Like
That is so cool. Really cool
and,
effect.
Like, I think you saw, but the float it's unique too. It's like 040020. I don't know. I just kind of like that.
Honestly, I think skins will just keep getting better like this with these
so
special effects.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not, they're not overdoing it. It's not like they're making them like full techno neon thingies. Like it's just like, yeah, Valorant style. They're still subtle in some way. That's really cool.
The last thing I'll say for the upgraded skins, and I'll just use it like a general category, but it's anything with like a metallic or a gold on it. Like, it looks really good. So a good example, I think, is like the chainmail. I think they actually may have nerfed this again. Yeah, this used to be very shiny, but let me go like the gold brick, right? The UMP or the Mac 10 gold brick here is a good example. Like anything metallic with reflection. Like look at the back. When you have this out in game, it is crazy. I tested this out. You can't actually see people, but you can see the environment, which is.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
But yeah, so anything metallic, I think, would be the big thing.
Maybe the Craven. I don't know if you have that one. Craven probably looks better.
Does look cool. I really like the Craven. There was one that had a Harp of War on it on Best Pods that I wanted for the longest time. It was on CS Money.
Yeah.
And it was like $40 or something hyper cheap now. But let me go on. Yeah. Thera is such a good, pretty map. I'll do Thera.
Cool.
I think that would be good for the background. And we'll do comp. And then. Yeah, comp.
So it seemed like you had a lot of story behind your the skin, the knife you just wanted to propose to your hypothetical girlfriend with. Do you have another skin which has like a great story behind it or something like that?
I think
or
so.
Some sort of affection value maybe?
Yeah.
Of course, you mentioned that you already that you opened one of your knives, so that's always makes for some affection value, I guess.
Full transparency, you should not open cases. We all know this.
Yeah.
And you don't have, if you don't want to put this in the video, Valhalla, you don't have to, because I know that you don't like to advertise that stuff. Same with me, right? I don't do that on stream. I've opened a lot of cases.
Okay.
A ton of cases, and so I've opened like maybe 30 knives and 30 gloves.
Okay, so that makes it less special, right? To have your own knife, I guess.
Yes, and I mean that's why I like the first one, right? I like the first one the most because that was so special and everything. After that, it gets kind of whatever. I mean, this one up here.
Yeah, the slaughter you mentioned before. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I did open this one in an airport when I was traveling for Christmas.
Oh my god.
Which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so sentimental.
Yeah, some sentimental.
Just real quick, maybe we can kind of clip this together, but I want to answer which skin got the worst downgrade. I don't think I got to that point.
Oh yeah, let's do that. No, it doesn't matter. We're just podcasting, so if we are returning back to something, doesn't matter. Yeah, then I'll just, I think next time, and I won't even clip stuff like this out, because we're just conversating. It's just that. What was I talking about though?
No worries.
I forgot what I was saying though, but just we can just go. Yeah, no, now I know. I think I'm gonna do the stuff where I ask the questions and then you can press like if you want to hear the answer to this question and this question. So it's like in the YouTube video, it's gonna be like what is skins? Yeah, timestamps exactly has the biggest downgrade, and then I'll timestamp that. I'll try to do that in. Because that was the feedback I got from the last video, so to make it better.
Hey man, good for you too to listen to that feedback, man. That shows that you want to grow and you want to kind of get this to be a better product, etc. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So
yeah, biggest downgrade, I would say. To me, it's not as much visual. It's a frustration with some patterns are still broken. There's a handful that they have not fixed, and so to me, that's a big downgrade, right? Because I own them for a specific reason, and that reason no longer exists.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So there's a couple like that. I'll just kind of pick on a few that aren't, some that are crazy, some aren't. The mechanism has this golden gear in the pattern template, and the one I used to have, it was right here. And so it was really cool because it was like gold circle, gold circle, gold circle, you know, all these gold circles.
Oh yeah.
But this is on the new model, and you can tell because it's got a color tip. It's got a color tip here in the back. That's one of the ways you can tell.
Oh no, so it's probably not gonna get back.
Yeah, a lot of the new models, everything shifted up. Like it's just a theme across almost all skins. Everything shifted. So like as you can see, this right here used to be this whole thing, but right there in that corner.
Yeah.
So that's one example. I would say there's a Galil that I really liked, and I actually negotiated quite a bit for. It was this one. This little guy here is a rare part of the pattern. It's like the star pattern on the Glock, the Moonrise, if you will.
Yeah.
So this little guy slipping is rare. This one had the most I've ever seen, but it no longer does. So this is on the new model. On the old model, it had one right here. It had one perfectly centered on the mag, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And then it's still here, but it was right here. It had this one here as well that you would see in game. So you can see three. Now
that's unlucky.
This is here. Yeah, this is on the back. And the one on the mag, I guess, is gone. Maybe that's some of him. I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like it's completely gone.
Yep. And then there's a couple of other small ones that are still broken. I would say the Fizzy Pop M4A1S, which some people don't like. This pattern here was really cool.
Yeah.
You see this text right here? Well, number one, you can see how it's broken anyway. You see how it fades? Like
yeah.
The pattern's all faded.
Looks kind of weird.
Be like that. Yeah, it's like this weird overlaying texture. It's an issue. So
it's like it's glued together on the top or something.
Yep. And this text right here, which was this text, I don't have no idea what it says, to be honest, but whatever this Cyrillic or Russian text is, was perfectly on the barrel right here. So it was just fully on the barrel going this way.
Yeah.
And it was just cool because it was like text like this, and I had Navis going this way, and the float is really nice. It's 0005 as well.
Okay.
But it's completely broken, and I have like 3 more of these that are just no longer in any way what they used to look like. So that's my answer.
And they're probably not gonna get fixed, I guess.
Well, so if you notice, there's like a theme on all of them. They're all still on the new model, so it's not old model broke; it's new model breaking it. So I think if they just finish moving everything to or old models, and then all the new skins are on the new models, I think that would be a perfect divide, right? Because then you have classic OG Counter-Strike collectors liking the old skins; they look exactly how they used to. And then on the new ones, you have all the new abilities and things that you can do, like all the cool stuff. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the downgrade. What was the question you asked in between?
So that it was affection value or something like that, telling a story.
Yeah, I've got a couple. I think the best one to use right away would be this one. Let me find it. It might be. Oh, here it is. So this souvenir is probably one of my main ones.
Ooh, Kirby.
Just to describe it, it is. Yep, it's Kirby. It is.
Yo, I heard the story on your stream. I think you went to that major, didn't you?
I went
and unboxed it on that major or something.
And I unboxed this, and and it's from the grand final. The major was 2 blocks away from my apartment. I lived right in the center of Atlanta.
That's so
back
cool.
in the day when I was getting my master's degree, and the major was going on, and I was I told you I've been collecting since 2016 or 2017. Well, this major was January 2017, I believe.
Yeah.
And was just getting really like into CS skins again, and especially was watching not just because it was at the major, but for the drops, for the souvenir drops. And I started watching it, remotely, and I was like, you know what, damn, I really want to get there. And so I bought some tickets. Like I went over there and bought tickets. Someone was selling them. I probably overpaid for them, and I was able to get there for the grand final. And for the grand final, I had my PC on watching the game too. And so I was there. I got to watch the match. I saw Astralis win. Kirby was the overall MVP. So not only is this just a souvenir op, it's an actual souvenir of the full major, right? It's grand final. It's got the full MVP for the entire major on the back here.
That is insane, actually.
which I didn't really care about. I mean, that's awesome, and I know Kirby got kind of like a little what I think it was a rough when he left Astralis. It was kind of
Yeah, it was downfall
controversial.
for him, sadly.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, but it was awesome that he had a great major there. But then what I really cared about was I saw two really cool teams play. I think this is like perfect sticker position because you got Kirby, you got Astralis next to it.
Yeah.
You got the VP, like the animal, like leading the way, which I always think looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me, this is special because not only did I open it, was I there, but the major stickers on the scope, and that's usually the best pause, right? And
Yeah.
It's perfect. And my favorite and last part about this story is I did unfortunately sell this at some point on OP Skins back in the day.
Oh, really?
And,
Okay.
And was like, I started missing it, and I found it 4 years later on CS Money on a bot with the name tag still on it. This name tag I applied in 2017.
No
and
way.
Bought it right away for market price, and boom, it's never leaving my inventory ever again.
That's so cool, man.
So
That is a great story.
one. I would say for rifles, I've got like I'll do one of each rifle because I can think of a couple others.
Yeah.
Little bit briefer story, not as sentimental.
Wait, I feel like we have some echo. Or may I?
Oh.
Or do I? No, I don't have any echo. Okay. No, I don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Just continue.
Yep. So I would say for AK, I've got one that people generally know me for,
Okay.
I would say, and it's not sentimental, but it's more like I got lucky and I got it on CS Money for $480 plus a little bit of balance that I had on the site. So hyper cheap. In 2018, I believe is when I got it. And it would be this one right here. This is an AK factory new Fire and Ice blue laminate with my favorite sticker in the middle, as we looked at in the beginning, right? Is the Mouz holo. I love this. I got it for so cheap, and I have the two most legendary stickers in the game on the same skin. The Fire and Ice is like a legendary combo. I think that this is also perfect sticker positioning. I would not want it any different. IBP, and I'll take it out here because this one's worth to look at it in game. Yeah, man, I absolutely love this. And so not only is the Stockholm holo in the middle just because it's a heart and it's like the two coolest stickers, it's one of my favorite stickers, but as you can see, it turns red, it turns white, and the sticker in quite a few lights. It's not as good as it used to be in CSGO.
Yeah, in CSGO it was very blue. I remember that.
You can still get it quite a bit there. And if you notice as well, one of my favorite things, if I just start playing with this, is the holo pattern on the Mouz holo really moves well with the Katos. Like they all change at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So it's, especially if you look at the Titan, right? Because the IBP has kind of got that pattern on it, like the kind of speckled holo. But yeah, if you look at the Titan, like they change colors and like you can see like things are the same. So
yeah,
so pretty, man. And crown on wood, is the only place a crown should be on an AK, in my opinion, unless you have a 4X, because then you gotta have it everywhere. But yeah, this is my most sentimental AK, and
nice.
I got it for so cheap. I think generally Fire and Ices are like 4K or something now, so it was literal 10X, and yeah, I mean, and like I said, perfect sticker position. IBP right there in the back is the best place for it, right in your view model. Yeah, so that's my AK probably.
Here we go.
Nice. All right, so in terms of another sentimental skin, I would say for the A1S, I think it's probably, I'm going to scroll down a little bit here, but it's probably this one. It's a DreamHack 2013 souvenir.
Ooh, that looks cool.
Yeah, with blue snowflake foil on best position. It's also from the exhibition match between Team Duncan, which is Thorin, if you know Thorin, the CS commentator, and Team Tommy, which I forget who Tommy is, but they were two teams, like a show match.
Okay.
And so these are exhibition matches, very rare. There were only 2 A1Ss like this in existence in the entirety of CS. So this one best pause, and there I believe is a Frosty the Hitman foil best pause from the exhibition match. So this is as rare as you can pretty much get without it being one of one. And I got this for very cheap. And, my DreamHack 2013 souvenir collection, which you can see quite a bit of it here, is one of my favorite things. It is absolutely like if I had to get rid of everything, this stuff is dying with me.
Oh, okay,
It's
cool.
just,
Yeah.
you know, it's the OGs of everything. But
Yeah.
so that would be the A1S. And then for the A4, I would say it's a craft that I did recently that I find very special. It's my favorite A4. It looks cool. It looked a little bit cooler in CS2 where it looked vanilla, but
Okay.
now it just kind of looks really grungy. I finished this craft. So this
You have one
is
of each.
one of each. It's also a ranked point, like it's 0.799. I think it's top like number 28 or something, highest float for Faded Zebra. If you don't know, Faded
Wow.
Zebras, when they're battle scarred and when they're stat track, look like generally a vanilla M4. In CSGO, it was like perfect. It looked like just like a vanilla M4,
Mm-hmm.
which wouldn't be possible. But in CS2, it has this kind of grungy kind of theme to it, where it's
Yeah.
just very worn. I love it. This is perfect sticker positioning, and I finished it by applying the Howling Dawn.
Wow. What was that, like $1,000 or
It was 1,200 when I
2,000?
bought it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
1,200. Oh,
so
Lord.
here's a funny story about Valhalla is the day before, I should say I was gonna buy it and I was planning to buy it, and then the next day is when the market exploded and they literally doubled overnight. I added the balance, like I bought the balance on float, and then it doubled, and I was like, I literally had to add like another $1,000 if I wanted it. So I waited a little bit longer until it fell. I think it still is cheaper now than what I paid. Yeah, I completed it, and to me, it's perfect. This should be best pause. This here is like kind of on the other side. It's the holo. It's also closest to the view model.
Yeah,
so it's right
I like
in
that.
in your lane. I love the harp. This to me makes the most sense because it's like the thin sticker in between, angled between them perfectly. And if the wing diffuser would have been here, would have overlapped a little bit, it looked kind of bad. So to me, this is perfect. It is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I followed the skin on Buff for 3 years because they had it listed for like $5,000 or something stupid with just these 3 on it. And then someone slowly got more realistic. Maybe they just needed money and brought it down, and I eventually sniped it. I overpaid for it, but it is my god tier skin, and this is to me it. This is perfect.
Yeah,
it's so niche, right? And like you get it, right? Because you know it's all 4. But if people don't know, it just looks like a regular craft, a regular skin. But if you know, you know. So
nice, man. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, so I think those are the most sentimental. And I mentioned there's a couple like that. You know, I've got some gifts that mean a lot to me. I'll show you too a recent gift I just got, which is kind of cool, and I think people on Twitter liked it quite a lot. Is this R8? A good friend of mine, Kingpin, gave me this R8.
Yeah.
It's an R8 Crazy 8, right? So R8 Crazy 8. Look at the float.
What? 8. Oh my god!
I wish it was 8 8. If it was 8 8s, it would be literally perfect. But
yeah,
really, really unique. He had 2 of the exact same ones, and I didn't know. I don't know if you knew. This turns green in high float. I had no idea.
I didn't notice either. I only saw it in purple, actually.
I always thought it was just like a really cool purple skin, like one of the coolest like colors, purple in CS.
Yeah.
And
it fits the sticker as well.
Man. Stickers are so good. Yeah, I crafted that. I thought it was just ideal. Like, look at right there, man.
Actually, my favorite crafts I ever made was with these types of stickers as well. It was on an acid fade, and I was looking for the perfect pattern.
Well, guess what?
Oh, you have it too.
I have the 100% fade, the best possible, with that exact same combination.
No way, really? Oh no, not acid fade. It was the P2K. What is that called?
Oh, the amber fade?
Amber fade, yeah. Amber fade. But that one looked cool too.
I don't have that craft, but I do have 100% amber fade.
Yeah.
This one here. So just as a little niche collection.
Oh, it's not amber fade. Then what is the one below that?
What is the one below it? I don't know.
Acid etched. That's it. What's it called? Acid etched.
Gotcha. Oh, that probably looks beautiful with the purple and the. That's so funny that like I had the ones that you were saying wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we know that. Acid
I,
edged. Yeah.
Yeah, and not to jump too much around here, but I did just post this one on Twitter recently.
Yeah.
You might like this. This is a full fade pattern. It's one of the only patterns where you have the straight line going across the top that has every color.
That is cool. That's very cool.
I like the sticker with it too. It kind of matches.
Yeah, I never seen this sticker. Definitely
Yeah.
matches.
So-
The
and
yellow.
if you look at
And
the pattern, if you look at the pattern template, like
Mhm.
you'll see how rare this is. Like it's very blotchy. Like it looks like this, but
Yeah.
there's one thin thread of full color, and this is it. So I got some cool patterns. I'll just really quickly kind of go through those. There's the cat on the back.
Ooh, nice.
This is, I just posted this one. It's actually currently like my current tweet is the lucky clover with look at the
Oh,
gold. It's got the clover on the gold
yeah,
or on the sticker, and it's the exact same. How cool
that
is
is
that?
funny.
I love that. So that's pretty cool. Because you know that the clover is like the rare pattern for it.
Yeah,
Here's a smile pattern. It's a
nice.
cute little like cat smile. Here's the clover on the back, right in the middle.
Oh, that's cool. It's like double clover.
Yeah, I think it's like it meets in the middle. And I showed you that one, and this one is just stupid, but it's a little alien down here.
Oh yeah, I see the alien. I think I saw that at some point. And you have the alien ones on. That's cool.
Sure,
Man.
sure. But yeah, those are just some other patterns. I think one thing that would be really cool, Valhalla, is, you know, just because I could talk about every one of these, you know, for hours, is maybe if, especially starting up here at the ops and working through the rifles, maybe I kind of show you a page, and if you something that you want to see inspected, I might have some details, or, you know, it might be a cool pattern that's not obvious.
Let's do that.
So
good idea. Good
awesome.
idea.
Yeah, man. So I'll go ahead and just kind of, I wish there was a drag bar or a, you know, a scroll bar, but
Oh yeah, there isn't actually.
Ooh,
the fever scream.
Oh yeah, I love this one. So it's one of one in fact new. There's a couple of these, but it's a fact new 0.06 op fever dream with the SK. So I called it the fever scream, and it goes so
Makes
well.
sense.
I'll take this out in game real quick so we can see it.
Yeah,
it's my only SK holo craft, but I wanted to get at least one because I think these are some of the best stickers in the game.
Definitely are. Definitely are. They are not that expensive actually. Still.
Yeah, they're not that crazy. I think they're like about $100 or something. You know, like 80 to 100, maybe it's less than that.
Yeah.
I think it's like 50 or 60 actually, because I think I paid 50% sticker for it. But
I think all Atlanta stickers are sleeper OP. People just didn't realize how good they are looking.
Yeah, we'll keep doing what we're doing, but I do want to call out my favorite is the liquid holos.
I have that one 4x with on a blueprint, USP blueprint.
Beautiful. Yeah. Once again, man, great minds think alike. Mine is not a blueprint. I have the papers on the blueprint, which looks pretty good. Looks okay.
Yeah. Oh,
but
you have royal blue.
A fact new royal blue with the 4 papers on it.
Cool,
which
man.
I know you know this, but you know royal blues always look a little scuffed, but for what it is, it looks really nice.
Yeah, they're always scratched.
Yeah, it's because they're capped at 0.06 as well, and you know, remember Valve used to think that people would want scratch skins, which is kind of silly. But yeah, here's back to the first page here. Anything, and especially just one thing to remember: if it looks pattern based and you're not sure if it's a good one or not, feel free to call it out. There probably is something cool about it.
Well, I definitely know the one with the cat on is the one which has a cat on the up paw.
Yeah, This is one of the more centered ones. And I put the golden cats. This one here is technically the #1 pattern. This is the one that everyone uses #1.
That's I have that pattern, I think.
Beautiful. Yeah, this one is 350, I think.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. Yeah, I've got a couple of these, and so I really like the cats in the middle. Here's the alien cat, and I put the
other.
Yeah, because he's got a knife, and this one is like the same cat with knives as well. So it's a really cool craft.
I just got that one with the is it called the M4S, the Night Terror, I think. I got 4x with that alien cat, and then I got it battle scarred, so it's more purple. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Very cool. I just made a craft on one of those too that we'll get to it eventually here, but yeah, this one here is I think it's the grenade in the middle, which by the way also is shiny.
It lights up. What?
Gold. Yeah, it's got the same gold, and I put the boom, the boom foil on the scope.
That is cool.
I really like this one. This is just a centered question mark, because this guy's confused, but I really like the question mark. It's very random.
Yeah.
So I just threw a gold cat on there as well.
Yeah.
This one is a centered cat mask, or the gas mask, if you will. So he's wearing the gas mask, and I put the smoke cat on the scope.
Nice.
So it's perfect combo.
That
this one
funny.
is that 420 pattern that everyone knows. So it's
yeah. Because of the cat in the middle.
Yeah, he's stoned and he's got a smoke grenade. And Yep. So yeah, those are those.
Nice.
I will kind of call out that I do have another op paw here, but it's not really a paw. I just named it op paw. It's
Okay.
the silk tiger, and it's one of the best cat or the center tiger
Oh,
patterns.
that is cool, man.
There's only like a handful of these. I think there's like 20 total, maybe plus or minus.
Really?
But I named, yeah, it's because there's not
There's
a lot.
not a
I mean,
lot of silk tigers. That's true.
there's just generally not a lot. It's not a hugely popular skin, which is crazy to me. I think this is one of the coolest ops in the game. But I named it Paw because the name tag is right next to a big paw.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why I named it that. But yeah, any others that you see on this first page?
No, let's just run through them and see.
All right.
Um,
I will call out one of my favorites though. I do like
yeah.
the pop-op patterns.
Okay.
I got 4 I can hit real quick. This is
Yeah, sure.
the Among Us pattern you may have heard. So right here is the red dude from
Oh,
Among Us.
yeah.
In the front, and look at the golds. He's got the Among Us on the floppy gold. It's got the
Oh, it
picture of
actually
him.
looks like it. I never
Yep.
thought about that. He made the
Yep.
Among Us on the autograph. That's funny.
Isn't that great? So there's that, and then this is my favorite personally. So the next 3, they all have centered text. This is white, this is black, and this is gray. So I'll show you all 3. This is my favorite, is the white one. I love this one. It looks super good in game. I put the health golds here too, because it's like pixel hearts with like the pixel letters.
Yeah.
And then the Mouz hollows. So just want to show this one in game. It's one of my favorite ops that's very uncommon. To me, it's like a better version of the Asimov, if you will. It's like a white with a like red and blue. It's just kind of like nice colors.
Yeah.
It goes really well.
Looks really cool.
I like it. Yeah. So there's that. This is the black one.
Ah, yeah, okay.
And this is the gray.
Ooh, that is cool, man.
Yeah, I love the Simons too. It goes really well with the theme here. But
Definitely.
yeah, so that's the first page. I don't maybe just a couple others. Yeah, so let's do it this way, Valhalla. You see what you like,
Yeah.
and then if there's anything cool or special on the page, I'll call it out before we move on.
Okay. Cool.
I'll do those definitely quicker. So
Yeah.
just a couple others here to show real quick. A really nice .666 wildfire with a very clean. I looked for the cleanest dude, whatever you want to call this, the demon or whatever, because it gets very scuffed. You look at the back here. This is what happens. I looked for a really nice clean hell .6661. So that's
that is
cool.
very cool.
Yeah. So I also have this, which is just a nice little Cato 666 Hellraiser Hollow. I have sold that on market accidentally before, and I bought it back from the person who stole it from market. But
and you overpaid for it, or
he sold it back for market price. It was the only
that's
time
sweet of
I've
him.
ever. Yeah, it was probably the only time I've ever had like a sweet action in CS like that. So it's very surprising. This is a cock boom. Just as an FYI, if people don't know the meme, here it says COCK.
I see it.
Yeah,
that is funny.
So this is the best one for inspecting. It's not the best one for when you're holding it. I have that one too, but it's in a crate. This is the orange hive, so it's the #1 full orange pattern hive.
Okay.
Let's see anything else here. Just really nice battle scarred, cleanest pattern I could find of the Atheris with a nice MLG hollow there. For these, if there's black in the middle here, usually that's like a big chunk of black right here. This one is very clean in between. So there's that. Nothing else too crazy. You'll see I've got some discontinued stickers.
Yeah, definitely.
Stay on that page. I shouldn't scroll, so I know exactly. This is a really cool centered sun. Right in the middle.
Oh, that looks cool.
With the sunny. And
I feel like this could be a video on its own. The specials things.
Probably.
Maybe we should do that actually.
Okay. Well, then we'll just keep going with what you see then, and then unless there's something big time unique, then I'll call that out. But let's go ahead and scroll down here. So now we got more like other scope rifles, not just pops. Take a look, man. Anything
Splash Jam. Let's check that Splash Jam out.
Sure. Yeah, I love the Splash Jam with these rain hollows.
I love rain stickers.
It matched way better in CS:GO, but it still looks nice. It's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
It's just an old cool pink. There's something nice about like a pink classified that is pink itself. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Yeah,
That's cool, man. Oh, there's so many. There's so many
I
skins.
know. Like I said, no rush here too. Take a second if you want and just take it all in
Oh
because
my.
almost everything is crafted.
Nice, nice, nice. Let's check out the Flow Scout. That could be nice.
Sure. Right here,
Yeah,
the Turbo Peak. Yeah, I love
yeah.
this craft. I think it's so good. So we got those 3 flow hollows. I
Wow,
didn't
that
want to
looks
cover
good.
the car, and the cool thing is right, it's pink and it's like only on the pink line too.
Yeah.
So it's really good in game. I think it's fact new as well. It is. Yep.
Okay, I got an idea. Jab. I
Sure.
now that I get a grasp of your inventory.
Yeah, yeah.
Your inventory is insane and has so cool stories. So I think we need to do like one for every theme, no matter what.
Okay, I'm down. Yeah.
So in terms of skin sale, do you have any skins you regret selling?
Yeah.
You
I
already bought some back. You mentioned.
Yeah, let me inspect. I'll pull it up here on the side on CS:GO Float so you can see the exact ones. So let me show you the ones that really were painful here.
Yeah.
The one that comes to mind the most, which most people would say would be my biggest L, if you will,
Yeah.
is a couple of years ago, 2019. April of 2019 to be specific, and I'll show the video for it too, or I'll link you the video. And if you want to, take it, or if you need a copy of it for your actual video here, Valhalla, I can send it to you raw.
Yeah.
But I opened a pair of gloves that most people would say would be the dream,
Yeah.
for a couple of reasons. And these, my friend, are the gloves. They
What?
were sports gloves, Pandora's box, and not just are they any sports gloves, Pandora's box. They are minimal wear sports boxing, Pandora's box, or sports gloves, Pandora's box. As you can tell,
Yeah.
I'm still speechless. I even opened them. And here's the kicker, in which I would have never cared about at the time, but now I do, is they're not just minwear sports gloves, Pandora's box. They are meme float
Yeah.
minwear sports gloves, Pandora's box, 0.126969.
69. Oh my god. Double 69.
And they, of course, most of the sports gloves kind of look the same or look different than they did in CS:GO. They were flawless knuckle. There was absolutely no issue with the knuckles whatsoever. They were perfect, and I sold them for probably a quarter of what they're worth now.
Okay.
And here's the saddest part, though, Valhalla,
Mhm.
is I will send you a screenshot in Discord
Yeah.
of why this is even more painful. Boom. So I'll just describe what you're seeing here in a moment.
Yeah.
They are on a community banned account.
No. So you can never get them.
So
Yeah, I see that
most
now.
likely never get them back. If I sell, I'd say maybe a quarter of my liquid skins, I would have enough. And it's unfortunate. Now the good news is it looks like he's not trade banned, so there is the possibility that to be able to make a connection, but the profile's fully private as well, so you can't just tell by looking at it.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I got bad vibes. I have added this person, but they're never going to add me. They are also, I'm pretty sure, Chinese, so they may view me as just a Western collector that they don't really care for. So they're probably never going to get back in my inventory, which is okay. This is the main one. I would say the others that are in that category, 2 come to mind. This would be the first one. Let me search for it. It should be pretty quick to find this one here on the side. I used to collect high-tier case hardened when they were
that is nice.
relatively cheap, and relatively is and when also is an important thing. Like I used to trade keys for them, right? I mean that's what we did back in the day.
Yeah.
This one I think I paid $400 or $500 for, and now would go for multiple thousands. And it's this Karambit case hardened.
No way.
This is a factory new 503 pattern. It used to be the #1. Someone ended up unboxing one that's lower float.
Okay.
But this, my friend, is a backside blue gem. And the reason I love this so much is because this is the play side. It is a super blazy and grungy.
Yeah, it looks
Kind of
really
cool
blazy.
looking, but it's like not like if you like blaze, it's awesome. If you're not, it just looks like kind of like a bluish, kind of like blazy, gross case hardened. So, but it still looks great in game. I love it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking negative about it. I love this pattern. But then you'd be playing with this, and I remember very distinctly when I first got this knife, I was playing a comp match on Dust,
Yeah.
on Dust 2, not Dust, but Dust 2. And I remember there was a clutch, and I had like a 4K. I turned into an ace, and I was running. They're like, "Oh, that's awesome, man. You know, thanks for the ace, but also that's a cool case harden." And then you press inspect,
Yeah.
and it's boom, and
That-
it's just in the. It was the biggest flex knife.
Definitely.
You know, because when you inspect case harden, it just shoves that right in the view model there, the camera. So I really missed this. I sold it for so cheap. I got it for hyper cheap, so it, you know, I made profit on it, but it's beautiful, man. Like, of course it's not perfect, but just the solid blue and the fact new. What I really loved, you can see it here, is when you play with it and you're holding it like this, you would see the corner. You could see it's just full blue on the bottom, right? So this one, and then if I had to say what my second one was, it would be this specific. There'd be two case hardened AKs that are the ones I regret selling. It would be this one here. Boom, boom, boom. I believe there's this specific float too, but there's a couple around the same float, and I owned them before CS float would be able to like know me as an owner.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was this one right here.
Ouch.
So field tested reverse scar, 0.27 float. It was either 0.27 or
No
2.4. I can't remember. I love this one, and what I used to have here. Let's see if someone has an example of it on this pattern. Yeah, here's a good. As I used to have these this liquid foil.
Ooh, that looks cool.
Yeah, just one liquid foil though, right here, and so it was full blue, and then this part covered the scar.
Yeah.
Like this part, which is the same color, so it just looks so nice. And then there's the crown on wood.
Wow,
so
that looks cool, man.
Yeah, man, I missed that one. And then just on the same kind of space, I did own the number one pattern. It's a tier 1, and it's known as the honorable mention.
Yeah.
This was the one that I owned specifically as well. So this is a fact new 0.01 crown on wood honorable mention, and I had the same craft, so it covered up this kind of gross spot here.
Yeah.
And then the only thing showing was the scar. So
Yeah.
I really like this. It's kind of, you know, a little bit of a messy kind of back here, but it was at the time, it was the number 1, and so this was super high tier. And to own a fact new tier 1 blue gem was I mean, I can tell you too that I think this was like $400. It was like hyper cheap, like 400 maybe.
$400. Holy
now
moly.
it's probably like 8 to 10, maybe even more $1,000 US. But yeah, I would say those are the ones that I regret selling the most. But the Pandoras, yeah, the Pandoras are number 1 for sure.
I bet, man. Do you have like any sticker which is just lying around in your inventory which you think is like really unique and not commonly used?
Yeah, so I don't really collect stickers much. I do have 2 stickers in my inventory. So in the beginning of my inventory, I've got this kind of pattern, which as I showed, and I'll show it real quick for context. It's for organization. I had some golds that were similar, but I actually sold those for one of my case hardens too. When this loads, hopefully. There we go. So if I click inventory, I click Counter-Strike, you know, I have these stickers at the front, which is just a nice visual, just cool pattern, nice colors, and it leads into all my colored inventories really well. So there's that. But I have 2 other stickers that I really like for a couple of reasons. They both... So as you see, my inventory is organized. So I'll just click through this real quick as I show you where those stickers are, because it'll make sense.
Okay.
So, you know, we're working through, everything is organized by color, by float, by weapon. So it's, you know, it's
been a lot of time.
Well, yeah, so like I said, the first time it took a while, but now it takes about 45 minutes to upgrade or to update all 1,000 skins. It's really not that much time, because I just kind of know where the new one goes, and then I just put them on market, put them off market with a extension. So it's really quick. But you have to be careful. You just have to be careful. And you know, I've done it so many times. I'm a professional at it, like for sure. But let me show you. So when I get to page 29 here, you'll notice that, you know, we have our USPs, then we have our P2Ks. So we're at the very end of our pistols, right?
Yeah.
So if I click the next button here, this will be introducing my Kenny S souvenir collection. And At the front of my Kenny S souvenir collection, I have a sticker, and at the end, I have a package, a case,
Okay.
a package.
Yeah.
Then following that, I have my DreamHack 13 collection with a sticker at the front and a package at the end. It's kind of like a bookend, if you will, like on a bookshelf. You know how you have like something on both sides of to keep the books straight up.
Yeah.
So here is my page of my Kenny S souvenirs. Boom. So this would be the sticker that I would say answers that question.
Ooh.
This is a Kenny
That makes
S
sense.
Gold London 2018. Yeah. And so this is one of my favorites.
They've been
I used to have a
upgraded so much in CS2 as well.
Oh, it's
Right?
beautiful. I love how every triangle reflects, and it never looked like this. And in CS Go, there was less gold in general. It just didn't look as golden. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah, I
very
remember
pretty.
that.
So I love this sticker. It's pretty expensive. I think it's probably like 400 or 500 euro, something like that. It's the intro, as I mentioned,
Yeah.
to all of my Kenny S souvenirs that you can see here.
And then you have
so,
a package
I've
to
got-
end it. Yeah.
And then I got a package to end it here. So the package itself. So here's my All Stars M4 Kenny S best position.
Ooh.
So right there.
Nice.
This is from a very niche match. Some people really like these souvenirs. I'm one of them. This is one of those packages. So this is an all-star match between Team America and Team Europe, and autographed by Kenny S.
That's cool.
So that's at the end of my collection here. And then if I press next, we have my DreamHack collection. So
Okay.
So they didn't sell
makes sense.
DreamHack stickers or any stickers back in the day. You could only get them because these were the first stickers ever introduced, were the souvenir stickers for these weapons.
Okay.
So there is no DreamHack 13 sticker you can buy. So instead, I have the DreamHack 14 foil, which looks just as cool. It works, right? It's perfect. I mean, yeah, it says 14
cool.
there, but yeah.
Definitely.
And so that introduces all of my 2013 DreamHack souvenirs, and it ends with a very special package, a glitched 2013 souvenir package, teamless. There's no team that is mentioned on it. Yep. So if I click a random souvenir, I'll click this one next to it. You'll see it has this second little paragraph, right, which tells you what match it's from and between what teams. Well, some skins from this were glitched. Well, we assume glitched. Maybe there's a reason behind it we don't know.
Yeah.
But some skins that come from these packages don't have a team. Like this sawed off as an example. So that's one of the categories of DreamHack 13 souvenirs. There's a couple other really rare ones, like the Alpha match and between Valve Alpha team versus I think Bravo team. It was them trying out souvenirs. So it was probably the super small Counter-Strike team in 2013 trying to see if drops were working, and they generated some skins there. So yeah, a lot of cool lore in these, but we won't get into that as much today. But yeah, those are the two stickers I would say are the main ones. And just to inspect this one in game so people can see it as well.
That looks beautiful.
I like the sticker. Yeah, it's very shiny. It used to be way darker, like way more black. Same with the paper version of it. I hope they fix it, but it still looks very nice. And I've applied a couple of them. I applied this one on the scope here, for instance. And I applied these to go with it as well. So yeah, those are the stickers, I'd say.
Very cool, man. Okay, so I only have one last question before we end this.
Sure.
If you should bring an idea to the skins market, what should it be? It could be like a new type of sticker, new trade-up possibility, anything like that. Or, brand new idea.
I like it. Yeah, let me think on that for a second.
Yeah.
New idea, what would it be? Okay, I have my first thought, which I don't think is my final answer, but it's my first thought. People in the community have been asking for this for a very long time, and I think it'd be very cool.
Yeah.
I would like to see, just like we can have stickers for teams from the major, I would like to see a larger prize pool for the majors. Now, I understand it's not skin related, but you'll see where I'm coming from. A larger prize pool for the major, so like the international, right? So something like 20 million if you win the major for CS instead of like 1 or 2 million US.
Yeah.
I would like to see that, and I like to see it be funded by a glove case where you could have gloves for each team in the major. So themed gloves. So like maybe
Themed
like
gloves,
for like like the specialist gloves, like maybe they call this the bumper sometimes, I think
Yeah.
is what that's called. Like this would be like a Navi bumper, or like a Astralis bumper or something. And the colors would match. So it'd be
Yeah.
like if it's Astralis, it'd be red like this. If it's Navi, it'd be yellow. I think that'd be really cool. Because you got the stickers, but like if you don't use skins like that, your gloves you always have in every angle, and so you can always be repping your team. I
Yeah.
think that would be really cool. And in a similar vein, I think agents that rep your team would be cool too, just to have the full package.
I think that's what they
That,
want to do with patches, right? With
yeah,
the,
true. There are patches,
but
but I
yeah,
would even think like a full Navi theme would be sick, or a full
that's true.
Astralis theme. It's like, like maybe the same model, and
Hmm.
hell, that would help. People be like, oh, this model is better than that model. What if you make the model with the teams always all the same, and then players could actually use them in the game. So like Astralis could literally be the Astralis models with
Yeah, so
like
it
their
should be
colors.
like chromas or something like that. So it's like Navi
Exactly.
colored. Ah, that makes sense.
Yep.
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
it'd be cool. And obviously just in like select locations, so it's not going to give like one team an advantage, like if they're a black team versus like a white team, where it's like visibility, that kind of a thing. But something like that would be nice, because it'd bring more attention to the major. It would pay the players more, because my whole thing is that case would then fund, the major itself and the teams.
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool. Everyone loves opening cases. If you do it and you're trying to get your team, or you're trading for your favorite team, it makes it more special. And
Yeah.
stickers are awesome. We all collect stickers and skins, but I think things are pretty figured out there. I would like to see more of the lenticular holos.
Me
I
too.
think Valve had a really cool idea started, but Valve does that sometimes and doesn't finish ideas. So, I
Yeah.
think there's a lot more potential for these lenticulars, especially for the majors.
Mm.
There's been ideas where you could have like all the team names or something, or multiple signatures on a gold, and it could rotate across the signatures or something like that. Would be really cool.
Yeah.
Um, I just I think what I'm noticing is my answers here are all geared to like, how can we add something new that's not just, hey, how can we get people to spend money, but that's going to support CS in the future. I
Yeah.
think that's the main goal, because you know, I don't want to end this on a negative note for sure, but I'm disappointed in the way that Valve has been handling CS. And if they can institute something here where, you know, at
Yeah.
least we know financially the game's gonna always have support, and it's not just through pure cases where people are bored of content, but it's new content. That
Mm.
makes me happy, and I hope that at least incentivizes them to continue to build and make a
Yeah.
better game. I'm proud of the work that they've done, because they've laid a solid foundation to now build 10 years of content on top of, but I'm disappointed in how lackluster the content has been at the beginning. Um, so
Yeah.
that's just kind of, I think, why a lot of my ideas are going in that way. But let me just
Yeah.
take one more second to maybe think about another category, if there is one.
Yeah.
Hmm. So
Yeah, I
Stat Track
agree
was a
on.
really
They haven't
yeah. Go
been.
ahead.
They haven't. I think they haven't been doing any content because they're just working in coding, I guess. So I kind of like
I
that
hope
they
so.
really want to make it better. But yeah, it would be cool with like. I kind of
Yeah.
like the thing where they had the operation, right?
Yeah.
Where there was like a map for
Yeah,
the
the map.
operation,
Yep. Exactly. I was
like a
thinking the same
story
thing.
mode.
I think Hydra was the last one that they did that with. Maybe I think it was Hydra. Yeah, where they had the story mode. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. I don't know if you agree, but those like single player, or not single, but those co-op missions where you played against bots and you were going through like those maps and underground,
Hmm.
and you had objectives. I loved that. That excited me to play CS more than any other thing ever.
Yeah, I like that
I
too.
loved those, man. And
Yeah.
it's so easy for them to make. It's like they already have bots in the game. They've got good AI. Like they just got to make the levels and have some kind of generic story. But
Yeah.
I grinded the hell out of that with my friends. It was so refreshing because we had used our cool skins. It was, if we died, it was funny. There was no stress behind it because we just restarted from the checkpoint, kind of a thing.
Hmm.
Um, and maybe to kind of end that kind of summary there, it's like, as you see, I main Wingman. I used to main Danger Zone. I play this game because I enjoy collecting the skins, but I just like to have fun. I have
Yeah.
worked very hard in my life to like have the comfort that I currently have, and I'm just not stressed. I don't want to go in comp and get mad that I'm losing or get cheated
Hmm.
on, that kind of stuff.
No.
Like I don't want to deal with that. I
No.
just want to play with cool people, have shiny pixels in our hands that have stories behind them, and just have some laughs because I'm a little bit older. I'm not crazy old, but a little bit older. I think we're probably close to the same age, Valhalla, and
Yeah, yeah,
you
definitely.
know,
I think.
yeah, and I feel like it's that perspective you get with age. It's like there's plenty of time to be upset, but the older you get, you just want to find things that make you happy, and you never know how long you have on this planet. You never know
Yeah.
what's going to come tomorrow, and so anything that like makes someone stressed or makes you have a bad time,
It's
I just
just
generally avoid
about
that
being
stuff.
happy the most hours every day.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, and then sharing that happiness too, and that's
Hmm.
that's what I really hope they try and bring more of that into CS, because we have a massive stereotype that the community is toxic, and it's based on a lot of true things, but it's a toxic community with a lot of hate, a lot of that kind of stuff. A really tough game to jump into if you're a novice for a lot of reasons, mainly the toxicity, but also just the skill gap. It's created an environment which kind of fosters that negativity. And when you
Yeah.
have a developer that's not really saying, hey, let's try and just give everyone content so everyone can find their own, it gets tough to do that. So I'll wrap all of that up by saying I'm excited for the future of CS. I'm excited to keep collecting skins. I'm excited to keep posting about them. It seems like people enjoy the content that I've been posting, so I'm going to keep doing that as long as people are there to look at it. And even if not, I'll still be in the corner just collecting kind of cool little silly pixels. And it's always nice to see people like you and people hopefully like watching this video who enjoy it and just like having cool conversations and sharing knowledge about little things that don't really matter, but really matter to a lot of us. So I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I'm excited for the future of CS too,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
All right. Well,
Awesome.
I were you talking about something with stat track or?
Yeah, I was gonna say like StatTrack was a good idea.
Yeah.
I was trying to think about something else in that kind of like domain, but
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty happy with my answers. It's like let's
Yeah.
get it more team oriented, kind of thinking about the majors and
Yeah.
kind of the excitement of Pro CS.
Yeah.
And it's not even just because of like I'm NA, but like I think about like the Boston Major with Cloud9 and FaZe. Like just
Yeah.
when it went to the overtimes there, and how exciting that was, and just heart pumping watching it and being just excited to be part of that community. I just hope that they bring that back. So whatever they can do,
Yeah.
I still believe in them. I got a Steam Deck. I have an Index. I play CS. I've got thousands of hours on it. They know what they can do. They do it well. I just wish they were a little bit more transparent so we could be a little bit more confident in them. But
Yeah.
I still have some good confidence. And as long as people like you, like other creators, are in the space and trying to bring that positivity out of trying to turn the lights up a little bit in the dark area that can be CS, I think it's an awesome thing. So yeah, I think I like my answers there.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, man. Well, that is a good positive thing to end on, man.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, let's just again, guys who are watching, if you want us to do, I think we're gonna do it anyway. But if you want us to make a video of any of these themes that Jab has, comment down below which theme you want. Then we will focus on putting that out first, because we have not seen. I don't even think we have seen like 10% of his collection.
Not
So
even. Yeah,
yeah.
probably not even. Yeah, I'm
So
looking forward to it, man. Whatever, if this is a continuing series, I
it will
enjoy this.
be
This is a wonderful,
definitely.
yeah, yeah. It was a wonderful start to my weekend here. A little bit earlier here in NA, but no, I loved it and it was fantastic. Valhalla, appreciate you inviting me for this.
Yeah,
If I can too, maybe I can just shout out a little bit where people could find me if they are
definitely. And
curious about
let's.
more of my content.
I'll put,
Yeah.
while you're shouting out, point fingers here in the screen, and then I'll put a link to all of your stuff
Sure.
down below and in this on the screen right now.
Yeah, I
Need
appreciate
to
that, man. That's
point the
awesome. Thank
right
you.
way though. Here we go.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I mainly post on Twitter, so I think that's the main avenue you can find me. And so my handle, if you will, is JabGG _. So that's the main one. So just like the name with the underscore at the end, and then so JabGG is my Twitch name as well. So usually I'll be hanging out if Valhalla's streaming in his chat or stopping by, but sometimes I do stream and mainly look at skins, talk about my collection or anyone else's. And yeah, we just kind of have good vibes and just talk about what's on our mind, kind of a thing. So those are the two main places. And I would recommend to Valhalla that if anyone wants to look at my inventory on their own or my profile, maybe you can just link my higher level profile and they can go from there. And
Definitely.
just feel free to explore and see what they like, and maybe it can help in the comments section too of where they'd want me to focus in the next time as well.
Definitely. Cool, man. Well, thanks to everybody who's watching, and see you guys on stream and on YouTube.
See ya.
See ya. Whoop from the dragon lore, from the dragon, whoop whoop from the dragon lore, from the dragon lore, whoop from the dragon lore.